Good morning, children. In the last class, we have learnt about the previous part of the chapter of Nelson Mandela, how he had attained the freedom, and how he, what all he has done for his country. When the South African country became the first democratic republic, he took the oath of the first president, South African black president of the country, and then what he says during his oath, and then he talks about his earlier people who has worked for the freedom of the country, all about that, and then he talks about the courage, what is a courageous man, and who is a fearless man, and all those things. Okay, and in the next part of the chapter, now we will see about the obligations what a person has to fulfill in his life. In the life, every man has twin obligations. Children, you see page number 21. Split your screen and see page number 21. Last paragraph. In life, every man has twin obligations. Obligations to his family, to his parents, to his wife and children. Here he has an obligation to his people. People means to the country, towards its country, towards his community. So two obligations he has. That means duties which he has to perform for the two sets of people. In the house he has a different role, and in the community he has a different role to play. In a civil and a humane society, each man is able to fulfill those obligations according to his own inclinations and abilities. So inclinations means what he is attracted towards. To whom does he give much more importance? Who is important for him in his life? And secondly, it is also very important that the ability to do that things. Not everybody is able to perform his duties both towards his people and towards his family. Now, I think you clearly understand the difference between the people and the family. People, here comes your society, and your family is your family, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, if you are a wife, if you are a husband, or whatever it is. Okay. But in country like South Africa, it was almost impossible for a man of my birth and color to fulfill both of those obligations. So a person who is born in a country where there is a racial discrimination, where there is a discrimination in the people, so where I am born in that country where I am completely discriminated, it becomes very difficult for me to follow those two obligations. Okay. In South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. Now, what is the life of a human being? A human being tries to live a free life, isn't it? So he wants you live the life you like in your own way. But in a country like South Africa, those black people were not allowed to live as human beings. If they lived as human beings, they were punished and isolated. Okay. In South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people was inevitably ripped from his family and his home, and was forced to live a life apart, a twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. So that means if you want to fulfill your life, your obligations towards your people, you have to live your family life. You will lead a life of secrecy. You will keep secrets from your family. So you were not allowed to live a life of both obligations, to fulfill both the obligations in a country like South Africa. I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family. So for a normal man, it is very difficult for a person to give importance to his community, to his society over his family. Okay, it is very difficult. But in attempting to serve my people, I found that I was prevented from fulfilling my obligations as a son, a brother, a father, and a husband. So that means when I wanted to serve my people, I was prevented from all these things. I was not able to fulfill my obligation as a son, as a brother, as a father, and as a husband. That means he was not able to give importance or fulfill his responsibilities towards his family. I was not born with a hunger to be free. I was born free. That means I did not have that hunger that I should be free. Why a human being should be born with a hunger of free? He is a human being, he should live a free life. I was born free. He says that I was born free. Nobody will ask me that whether I am hungry to be free, whether I wanted to be free. Free in every way that I could. Free to run in the fields near my mother's hut. Free to swim in the clear stream that ran through my village. Free to roast mealies under the stars and ride abroad the backs of slow moving bulls. As long as I obeyed my father and abided the customs of my tribe, I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. Now he is talking about his childhood when he wanted to be free. What all things he is as a child, he is telling that I wanted to be free to run in the fields of my mother's hut. That is what is freedom for him as a child. Free to roast mealies under the stars. That means whatever I wanted to do, I would move in this world. As long as I obeyed my father and abided by the customs of my tribe, that means whenever whatever was imposed by my father, I have to obey that. There was no choice. I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. That means I was very free. Nobody troubled me, but I listened to everybody. Okay. It was only then when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion, something that appears to be real but it is not. Now when he entered into his boyhood, that means when he entered into his teenage, in the boy age, when I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. That means then I wanted to quench my thirst of being free. I developed a hunger of freedom. When I was young, all the freedom was taken away from me. Now what is that freedom which was taken away from him? That the restrictions which were imposed on these black people, that they were not allowed to move out freely, they were not allowed to go to the markets, they were not allowed to go to the theaters. That kind of restrictions, that kind of torture was there in the people. So then he got that hunger for freedom. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself, the transitory freedom of being able to stay out at night. Now what is this transitory freedom? Now a person who wants to stay out at night, is it possible for whole of the life? No, it will be only for, it is not a permanent thing. Now as a young boy, what kind of freedom I wanted in that age, that I wanted to be out with my friends. Okay. At night, read to stay out at night, read what I pleased and go where I choose. That means I should read what I please. I should go where I wanted to go. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, I yearned for the basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential, of earning my keep, of marrying and having a family, the freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. That means to live a life of freedom where I wanted. When as a young man, when he was in Johannesburg, he said, I just yearned, that means I was longing for having a basic and an honorable freedoms of achieving what I want to achieve. What was my potential? What could I do of earning my keep? That means what I can earn to keep my family, of marrying and having a family, to marry someone of my choice. The freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. Now these are kind of freedom which should not be obstructed in the lawful life. That means laws should not be made for this. This is a man's life. He should be free to do all these things. Okay. But when I slowly saw that it was not only but then I slowly saw that not only was I not free, but my brothers and sisters even were not free. So now slowly, when he saw around, he saw that it's not only me that who is not free, it's my brothers and sisters also who have been imposed this kind of life. I saw that it was not just my freedom that was curtailed, but the freedom of everyone who looked like I did. So it was everybody's freedom of our community which was taken away. It was not only me. That is when I joined the African National Congress, and that is when the hunger for my own freedom became greater, hunger for the freedom of my people. Now he said that my hunger became for my own freedom became the greater the hunger for the freedom of the people. Now I started wanting that my people should be also free from this. It was this desire for the freedom of my people to live the lives with dignity and self-respect that animated my life. That means now he felt that all the people of this community should live a dignified life, not only me. That transformed a frightened man into a bold one, that drove a law-abiding attorney to become a criminal, that turned a family-loving husband into a man without a home, that forced a loving man to live like a monk. Now he is telling about how I became a criminal, how I became a person without a home, how I started living a life like a monk. These are the things which forced me to do that. That is why I transformed a frightened man into a bold one. Otherwise, Nelson Mandela was a very frightened man. These kind of things which happened in his life turned him into a very bold man. That drove me, a law-abiding attorney, to become a criminal. I was following the rules, but slowly, when I saw that freedom is not given to me, he became a criminal. I turned a family-loving husband into a man without a home. He left his home. He did not want to live in his home. He wanted to fight for his country. He wanted to fight for his people. He wanted to fight for the freedom of the country from this apartheid system that forced a loving man to live like a monk. So he became a monk, like a sannyasi. I am no more virtuous or self-sacrificing than the next man, but I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and limited freedoms I was allowed when I knew my people were not free. So that limited freedom also which was given to them, he did not enjoy it. Why? Because always that thing was pinching him that even my people are not free in this country, so how will I enjoy freedom? Okay.